Number one, how big do you want that school to be? Some students function very well in small schools, and some students do very well in large schools. Schools can range from only 2,000 students to over 40,000 students. So my advice to incoming freshmen is think about where you will fit in best. Do you want a large school with a huge student body, or would you like a small school? You shouldn't always choose a college for money, for financial reasons, but it is something you should think about. How much money are you willing to spend, and how much money do you have at your disposal? Because that's going to determine often where you go. My advice for undergraduate students is oftentimes you're going to end up going for a master's or a graduate degree. So sometimes it's not beneficial for you to spend all your money on your undergrad, say at an Ivy League school for a brand name, where you're going to be going for a master's eventually. So sometimes it's better to spend less money for undergraduate and then go on to a graduate and spend more money. So think about your finances and where you're going to want to go. Do you want to go to a state school? Would you like to go to a private school? Know your field. Know who are the leading minds in your field. If you want to be a business major, really look at the program at that school. Are the professors on the upper echelons of that field? If you're going for a liberal science degree or political science, you should really know how that department functions within that school. All right? So where are the strengths and weaknesses of what you want to go into? Certain schools are better at different things. Some schools are business schools. That's what they specialize in. That's what they're good at. Some schools are more liberal science, more of a broad education. So if you know what major you want to go into, do your research. Does that school have a good program for you? And that should be the ultimate decision. What kind of education are you going to receive at that school? One of the best things you should think about is making your essay as personal as possible. So really what you're trying to do is distinguish yourself from the other candidates. What makes you who you are? So whether you tell a personal story about how you overcame a difficulty or about how you succeeded in life, these are all stories that are going to help you endear you to whoever's going to be reading your admissions essay. As far as the topics go, there's various lengths for your essays, depending on which schools you're applying to. So if you're going to be applying to Ivy League schools or higher education schools, they generally have to use 2 or 3 essays, maybe 3 to 5 pages. If you're using the Common App, you can use the same essay over and over to apply to multiple schools. But the thing I want to stress here is that it really is all about kind of selling yourself. You're trying to promote yourself as an individual, and the best way to do that is to connect with your reader through a personal story about how you overcame an obstacle or how you overcame a difficulty in your life. Because as I said, there's thousands and thousands of essays that they're going to be reading through. Why are they going to pick your essay, and what can make you stick out from the other applicants? That's really what it's about. And furthermore, if you know what program you're going to be applying to, if you know you're going to be a finance major, then perhaps your personal essay should have to do with something with finance, a story with finance. Or if you're going to be a political scientist, perhaps you should talk about adversity or justice. So if you know what major you're going to be applying to, what department you're going to be applying to, your essay should try and speak to that subject category. But overall, no matter what your essay is about, it should be personal, it should make you stick out, it should make you unique from the other applicants.